Hi, welcome back to the Personal Training and Kinesiology playlist here on the channel. My name is Kevin Tokoph. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for future videos and notifications. In this video, we're going to do a very, what's often a very daunting problem, especially if it winds up on some exam. And it's what we want to do is calculate the required energy expenditure that we would need in order to lose weight. Okay. So oftentimes people will say, well, I would like to lose a certain amount of weight. Like I would like to lose maybe 10 pounds in some period of time. Okay, and normally what ACSM recommends is the healthiest weight loss is approximately 1 to 2 pounds per week. You usually don't want to go beyond that. But in any case, 1 to 2 pounds per week. But you can give a much longer range of time. Like say I want to lose this amount of weight in this amount of time, like 12 weeks in this example. Okay, so this is what we want to do. Okay, this person that you're seeing, their daily caloric intake on average has been 4,000 calories. Okay, they did a dietary recall, 4,000 kilocalories, and that's per day. Okay, that's on average. And what we want to do is we want to keep all the muscle mass constant and reduce the BMI of the person to 29.9 kilograms per meter squared in 12 weeks. Well, what's the original BMI? Well, if you go back to the previous video, I'm going to use this. We're going to use the value of 32.4. That's for the individual in the previous video. So 32.4 is our start BMI. All right, so our BMI from the previous example, our initial one that we're going to start with, is going to be 32.4, and that's going to be kilograms per meter squared. Okay, and we want to reduce that BMI to this value, which is 29.9 kilograms per meter squared. That's our goal. Well, if we're keeping our muscle mass constant, and we're obviously assuming the bone mass is constant, in general, the only thing we're losing is fat. Now, the only thing we have to recall is this very important conversion factor, that every pound of body fat is going to contain about 3,500 nutritional calories. Okay, that's one thing we have to keep in mind. And the other thing this person is going to do is they're going to reduce their caloric intake by 100 kcals per day. Okay, so knowing that, we want to calculate the energy expenditure due to the exercise. In other words, how many calories does this person have to burn every day in exercise in order to lose this amount of weight in 12 weeks? Okay, that's what we're going to calculate in this video. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to calculate this person's mass. Okay, now if you're given the BMI, remember that BMI is equal to the mass of the person divided by their height squared. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to calculate the person's mass in kilograms, and we're probably also ultimately going to convert that to pounds. So what can I do? I can multiply both sides by the height squared, and that's going to give me that whatever the height squared is times the BMI is going to be equal to the person's mass. Okay, what was the person's height? If we go back up here, that's something we're also going to use. It was 1.88 meters. All right? 1.88 meters. I'm going to square that and then multiply times the BMI. Okay? So the initial BMI, the BMI initial was 32.4, and that's going to be kilograms per square meter. So that means the mass, and this is, by the way, the initial mass, is going to be what? Well, it's going to be, let's see, 1.88 squared times 32.4. So this person is going to be approximately, their mass is going to be about 114.5 kilograms. And if you actually go back to the previous video, you'll find the mass was approximately this anyways. Okay? The initial weight of the person, to find that, we're going to take this mass and multiply by 2.2. So if we multiply that mass times 2.2, then we're going to find this person was approximately 252 pounds. Okay? Now we want to reduce the BMI to 29.9. So let's go ahead and calculate what weight that is. All right, so we have this formula. I'm going to do this in a different color. we have the height squared times the final BMI. So this is the final BMI, is going to be equal to the final mass. Okay, what is that? Okay, height's still 1.88 meters. We're going to square that. Multiply times the final BMI, that's 29.9. 29.9 kilograms per square meter. And so the final mass of the person, let's go ahead and look at that. So 1.88 squared times 29.9. And that's going to give you a mass of approximately 105.7 kilograms. That's the final mass. Now, if I want to find the final weight, so the final weight after the weight loss, I'm going to take that mass I just calculated and multiply it times 2.2, and that's going to give me a weight of 232.5 pounds. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate the weight loss. Okay, so the weight loss, change in weight, is going to be, it's going to be the initial weight, so the initial weight minus the final weight. What's that going to be? Well, the initial weight was 252 pounds. The final weight was 232.5 pounds. So what's my weight loss overall? So 252 minus 232.5. This person ultimately is going to have to lose about 19.5 pounds. Okay? 19.5 pounds. Now, the reality about this is it's not just this person has to lose 19.5 pounds, okay? They're doing it in a 12-week period. So if you were to satisfy that goal right there, then we're going to say that the weight loss per time is going to be that 19.5 pounds per 12 weeks. Okay, per 12 weeks. Now, there's something I can ultimately do here. Okay, let me go ahead and convert this to how many pounds every day this person would have to lose, okay, to satisfy this. Well, I know that 1 week is equivalent to 7 days, right? So the weeks here are going to cancel. And what's that going to give me? Well, I'm going to say that this person has to lose 19.5 pounds in 12 weeks, so 19.5 divided by 12, and then I'm going to divide that by 7 to convert this into units of pounds per day. So ultimately, this person has to, the weight loss per day is going to, they're going to have to lose is 0.232 pounds per day. Okay, this is the weight loss per day they're going to have. Now, ultimately, what we want to do is we want to calculate, how many calories this is that you're burning per day. And what we have to remember there is we have to remember this conversion factor. Remember that there are 3,500 nutritional calories in 1 pound of body fat. So let's say 0.232, and that's going to be pounds per day, right? Well, I know that in 1 pound of body fat, there are 3,500 nutritional calories, or kilocalories. Notice the pounds here cancel. So what am I left with? This person would have to burn, let's see, 0.232 times 3,500. This person has to have a net expenditure of 812.5 kcals per day burned. So this person has to burn 812.5 kilocalories in 1 day. Okay? Now, this 812.5 calories or kilocalories can come ultimately from 2 sources, right? This could come completely from exercise, right? So this could come from exercise, or it could come from reduction in calories or kilocalories, right? Reduction in calories. Well, if we go back to the original problem, this person wanted to only reduce their caloric intake by 100 kcals per day. Okay, so actually that means 100 of this number is going to come from a reduction of 100 kcals per day. So the question is, how much is this person going to have to burn off through exercise throughout the day? Well, all I'm going to do is take that 812.5 and subtract the 100, and ultimately this person, this is the moment of truth, this person has to burn off 712.5 kcals per day, along with keeping up with dietary, losing 100 kcals per day, if this person expected to ultimately drop 19.5 pounds in 12 weeks. Okay. How many calories is this person on average having to eat every day? Well, if they're reducing their caloric intake by 100 kcals, then you would take this 4,000, right? They're eating 4,000 on average, minus that 100, so we can simplify this and say this person has to eat on average 3,900 kcals per day, and that's their caloric intake per day. Ultimately, they're going to have to burn 712.5 kcals per day. So this is the method by which you calculate how much exercise somebody needs to do in order to achieve a goal, some weight loss goal in a certain amount of time. It doesn't matter how you burn the calories, okay? You could burn them by by walking. I mean, that would take a while to do a brisk walk and burn that many calories. You could walk this and burn this off. You could run this and burn this off. You could walk up, stairs. You could go up to a skyscraper and walk up the stairs and burn this many calories. So it doesn't matter by what mode of exercise you burn this. You just have to burn this many calories to achieve that weight loss. Okay?